In this video, I'm going to give you 3 tips for getting a great start to your rock solos every time, so stay tuned. Hey there, this is James from Shipway Guitar, and thanks for tuning in to another one of my YouTube videos. When you step up to play your solo, you want to grab people's attention and make them listen, and nothing's going to lose their attention quicker than a really weak start to your solo. So in this video, I'm going to show you 3 easy ways to get more impact when you begin your solo, grab people's attention, and make them listen. Let's dive in. Unfortunately, quite a lot of guitar players begin their guitar solos like this. Now there's nothing really that wrong with what I was playing there. The bends are in tune, the timing was solid, but did it really grab your attention when I started playing it? Probably not. I didn't really set up my solo in a way that was going to get anyone's attention. I just kind of stumbled into some licks. Now I think the beginning of our solo needs to kind of present the solo, and it needs to announce to the listener that we're about to play a solo. So how can we do this and get a sort of high impact beginning which is going to make people listen? One of the most obvious things is to commit to the notes we play. We have to dig in slightly. So when we come to play a solo, we don't just want to pick the notes. We need to actually play them like we really mean them. Things like sliding into a note can be useful for this. Or maybe even a bit of palm muting. And vibrato, of course. And this just gives the notes that kind of expressive quality which is going to catch people's ears. One of the most powerful sounds we can get on guitar is the sound of string bends. Start your solos by bending strings some of the time, and you'll find this will work quite well. Now, obviously, it's not the kind of thing we want to do every time, because we haven't got a rule book here where we have to start our solo with a bend. That's not what I'm talking about. It's just an idea that you can experiment with. I'm going to try a few different starts to a solo using some bending ideas. This solo's in the key of A minor, and I'm playing over a backing track in the key of A minor, and I'm mainly using A pentatonic and A blues scale. Now I started with this bend one time at the 7th fret. You can also rake into these bends, which gives you a kind of quite a nice sound there. Rather than just, we can get, so you just kind of rake your pick across the deadened strings there, and then let the bend up there. I also use this B string bend. I use this double stop bend on the G string at the 7th and the 7th fret on the B string. And I use this top E string bend up at the 10th fret. So you can try some of those bends over a backing track like this one, and at the end of the video I'll actually tell you how you can grab this very backing track that I'm using in this lesson. Another way you can try to get a strong start with your solo is to pick up into your solo. So rather than just starting on beat 1 of the solo, you actually start in the previous bar and you lead into it. So imagine your solo was starting here, 3, 4, 1, and maybe you were going to start with that bend. You might lead into it like this, 1, 2, 3. So I'm actually leading into that first note rather than just playing that first note and the listener's like, oh, he's playing a solo. We've actually set it up and they know it's coming, and it's going to give us a much more powerful start. I'm going to try and demonstrate that a few times for you over the backing track now. that last one as an example. So as my solo approached, like 3, 4, 1, I'm going to start on that note. I led into it by going 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it doesn't really matter about the exact lick I played or whatever, because this is just a concept and an idea that you need to experiment with. But just don't think that your solo has to start on beat 1 of the solo chords. You can lead into it before then and get a much more powerful start. So listen out for how some of your favourite players use this device. It's time tested, it's proven, and it really works. So there's 3 ways there that you can start to try and get a more high energy start to your solo. Now, there's no rules here. It's not like you have to start with a bend or you have to start with a slide or some palm muted notes. No, there's absolutely nothing like that. You start however you want to start. These are just some tips about how you can maybe shape the way you begin your solos into something which is going to present what you're playing a little bit in a bit of a stronger way to the listener. So take each one of these ideas and just practice starting a solo for a couple of minutes with one idea. Maybe start trying with a bend, or start making sure you're using a sort of pickup phrase into your start solo. Make sure you're digging in and committing to the notes, and if you're not doing this stuff already, you'll probably hear a big difference to your solo straight away. If you want to practice over the backing track that I'm using in this lesson, then click the link underneath this video and I'll send you my free play along jam pack. You'll get the MP3 of the backing track that you can download and play along to in your practice room. You'll get a handbook with some handy scale shapes and 2 sample licks with video lessons, which are the kind of thing that you can explore and experiment with over the track and start using in your solos. So click the link below here, grab your jam pack, and I'm sure to help you get a lot more out of this video lesson. So there you go, that's about all from me today. Now remember, there are no rules. I'm not telling you how to start your solo or anything like that. And there's a million other ways you could do it. These are just some ways that I find quite helpful to think about, and some things that have helped some of my students in the past. So thanks a lot for watching. I really hope the concepts we've looked at here help to get you really starting your solos in a strong and ear-catching way. If you've enjoyed this lesson, please share it, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. Also remember to check out jamesshipwayguitar.com for more great video lessons, tutorials and downloadable ebooks. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you next time.